In this video, I'm going to explain how to use local SEO or search engine optimization to rank your business's website on the first page of Google for local search results. These are the exact strategies that I have used to rank at the top of the map pack for my local area for web design over businesses that have a lot more reviews and have been in business way longer than me. I've also used these strategies over and over again to help the teen and young adult mental health clinic Sandstone Care rank at the top of state and citywide local search results. All that to say, this stuff works. When someone types in a query like restaurants near me, search engines like Google pull local results first. The best part is that it is often much easier to appear in local search results, even for big cities, than national or global search results. So if you're a local business, a brick and mortar place, or even if you're a digital business that just wants to win some of the opportunities near you, this is the course for you. By the way, my name is Clint. On this channel, I talk about things like SEO, web design, content marketing, and more. So if that's the stuff that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe to stay updated when new content comes out. There are three major types of content that can organically appear for local search results. Number one, a Google Business Profile, formerly called a Google My Business Profile or GMB. This is a free place where you list your business's services, hours of operation, website reviews, and more. This is especially important because local search queries like Atlanta therapy will display first in a local pack or map pack over other types of content at the top of search result pages. Also, if someone types your business's name into Google search, half of the screen will be taken up by a Google business listing, which, if built out right, only builds credibility to your online presence. This also helps with your personal name if it's connected to your Google business profile and somebody Googles you, especially if you have a common name. Number two, local specific content. These are web pages, usually in the form of service pages or blog pages that appear on first page search results below the map pack. However, this can also be things like images and YouTube videos as well. Number three, directories. Some websites act as directories to help people find local services. Websites like Yelp, Psychology Today, G2, these allow businesses to create free listings on their site, but then also offer upgraded paid packages to display their product or services more prominently. Okay, so why do you need local SEO? Put yourself in the shoes of someone looking for your product or service. How would people find you? What would people Google? Chances are they would type in a local specific phrase like Bloomington web design or web designer near me. First, you're going to be shown ads. You know these are ads because they must say ads in bold. This is pay per click advertising, or PPC for short, because businesses pay a certain amount for each click to their website. Next, you'll see the Google Business Listings or Map Pack, with Google Maps displaying drop pins of where the business is relative to the location you are searching for. And then last, you're going to see other organic web page results and directories. In order to get traffic to your website from organic search engine results, so non-paid stuff, you need to create and optimize a Google Business Profile, create local content, and sign up for local directories so that no matter where someone looks, your business is always an option. So with that out of the way, let's go over the first step, which is creating a Google Business Profile. Now, if you've already created a Google Business Profile, you can skip this part of the video by clicking ahead using the time bar below. To create a Google Business Profile, type your address into Google Maps, then click Add Your Business. First, you will need to add a business name. Whatever you call your Google Business Profile here, you're going to want to make sure that you call it the same thing in other directories or web pages that you create. For example, if your profile is called Nehemiah Boulder Crest Interior Design, you don't want to call it Interior Design by Nehemiah in other places. Next, you'll need to choose a business category. Google has preset categories that you will need to choose from. And it's okay if it's not exact, and you can always add and change this later, but you'll need something just to get started here. Next, you'll need to state if your customers will visit your location. Basically, do you want people to know your address or not? If you're a brick and mortar location, you'll definitely want to click yes, so that people can get direct directions and stuff. It will then prompt you to add your business's address. If you're an online business, you might click no. Now, you'll still have to later link your Google business profile to a local physical address where you can receive mail, like your home address, but by clicking no, it won't show your address publicly on the internet. I will say that businesses that don't show an address are much more difficult to rank and also don't show up as quickly. So I recommend, even if you're an online business, making sure that your address displays publicly. If you do click no, it will then ask you to specify which regions you service by state or city. Now I get it. If you are an online business, this can be tough to narrow down because you could technically service people anywhere, but that ain't going to help you show up in local search results. So here are the rules. Include the state where you are located in to start out with, and then only include cities or regions if you have built a specific product or service page around that keyword. For example, don't say you service Atlanta, Georgia, unless you've created an Atlanta therapy service page first. Just know that you can always update this later on and add service areas as you build out more pages for your profile. Next, it will ask you for your phone number and website. Quick side note, your NAP or name, address, and phone number is the most important thing to be consistent on for local SEO. Whatever your NAP is on your Google business profile, it needs to be the exact same on your contact page, directories you sign up for, or any other web pages that you create where you list this info. And if you're worried about putting your phone number on the internet, you can always create a free Google Voice number at voice.google.com and list that number here instead. This will redirect to your phone every time someone clicks or calls it. Last, Google needs to verify your physical address, and they do this in a few different ways. The first is phone or text, and this is the easiest way to get verified. The second is your email, but you need to have an email that's connected with your website's domain URL. So a Gmail here won't cut it. The third, and probably the most common, is the postcard method for verification. Google sends a physical postcard with a PIN number in around 5 business days to the address that you listed. All you have to do is enter the PIN on your profile, and then you will quickly be verified. Now, the fourth way for some Google business profiles, especially for highly competitive business industries like healthcare, Google will ask you to verify your listing using a video recording or live video call to show Google around your place of work and to make sure that it's legit. All right, now that you've created your Google business profile, let's optimize it. Here are 7 ways to optimize your Google business profile so that it ranks at the top of the map pack on first page search results. Number 1, your Google Business Basic profile needs to be keyword rich and consistent, and it needs to be completely filled out. Once you've created and verified your Google Business profile, you can edit it by Googling your Google business name. If you click Edit Profile, you can see that you can edit your business's basic info. Let's start with the name and business category. Make sure you keep your business's name consistent across all the other stuff you create and where you list your business online. Quick reminder, whatever you call your Google business profile, you're going to want to make sure that you call it the same thing in any other directories or web pages you create. For example, if your Google business profile is Matt Jones Karate Studio, you don't want to call it Karate by Matt in other places. In general, your NAP or name, address, and phone number is the most important thing to be consistent on for local SEO. Whatever your NAP is on your Google business profile, it needs to be the exact same on your contact page, directories you sign up for, or any other web pages that you create where you list this info. Under description, you can create a keyword-rich description in 75 characters or less. Make sure that you include your most important primary key phrase that you want to rank for. And if you don't know what your primary keywords are, make sure that you check out my keyword research tutorial that I did earlier in this course. You can also find that linked up in the description box below. Next, you want to show how long you've been in business. Here, you can add the date that you opened. If you have been in business for a couple of years, then it shows at the top of search results. And this can also improve the chances that someone clicks on your profile because it builds trust. For example, check out the results from this query and notice how one business has been around for over 40 years. Include the number you want people to call you at. Remember, if you don't want your personal phone here, you can create a free Google Voice number at voice.google.com to display on your profile instead. Make sure that you include the URL to your website. Your Google business profile should never be thought of as a replacement to your website. If anything, it's just another tool to get people to go over to your website. So make sure that you include it here. Also, Google pulls the words from the actual page of this URL when determining which businesses to show in the map pack. Therefore, having a keyword-rich landing page only helps your profile climbing in rankings. Next, you can edit your business location and/or service areas. Remember, if you're an online business, you only want to include service areas that you've created a specific web page around. And if you want some help on that, check out my course on how to create the perfect product or service page. You can also find that linked up in the description box below. Include your hours of business. If you're an online business, I like to put 24 hours a day here because people can technically go to your website and sign up for stuff anytime. Real quick, under the More category, you have a few other ways your profile can stand out. Under From the Business, you can select all the categories that apply to you. This can be super helpful if you're trying to build trust with someone who is making a decision between you and other options. For example, if I'm a Black female, I might feel way more comfortable going to a doctor's office that shows as being Black and woman-owned. Next, under Crowd, you can choose if you are an ally to the LGBTQ+ community, which you should be, by the way. Under Planning, you can select if appointments are required, and under Service Options, you can select if you offer online appointments. Number 2, your Google business profile needs customer reviews. Testimonials are important for any business, but for local SEO, they are one of the strongest factors in helping you rise in local search rankings. These are also quick, visible ways that people can determine the quality of a business. On your website, you can even use widgets like WhiteSpark and BirdEye to display your Google reviews. Also, Google pulls the words from these reviews when trying to determine which website to show in search results. Here, for the keywords Denver IOP, Google bolds the words IOP from customer testimonials in top search results. Here is a simple way to get reviews for your Google business profile. Think about all the people your business has helped and personally reach out to them with a message that says something like this. Hey X, I was wondering if you would be open to taking a minute or two and leaving me a Google review for my business. It helps people find my product or service, and it would personally mean the world to me. Then leave a link for your Google business profile review, thank them, and put your name. And here's how to find that personal GMB review link. Google your Google business profile name and then click on Read Reviews, then click Get More Reviews. Here you can copy your personal review link that you can share with current and past customers. Your goal should be to get the first 10 as quickly as possible and then generate at least 50 within the year. Here you can also view and manage your incoming reviews. It's also important that you respond to every single review you get, even negative reviews. Of course, you can hope for nothing but 5-star positive reviews, but when you respond to negative reviews, it shows potential customers that you really care about the feedback that they leave, and sometimes people will even take down a negative review if you address their concerns too. Number 3, your Google business profile needs photos. These matter. If you have a physical location, just adding images of your place looking clean, clients being served, or the stuff that you sell is great. If you are an online business, creating graphics of your digital product can also be a solid win. Try to start with around 10 photos and then add 1 a week going forward. Note that Google recommends that the photo dimensions be 720 pixels tall and 720 pixels wide, so a square. Number 4, your Google profile needs a detailed keyword-rich product or service listing. This is a huge part of your local SEO strategy. The only difference between the two is that for products you can add pictures, and then for services you can't. Be sure to include the price, and a keyword optimized product name and description as well. More is more here, as long as you truly have those products or fulfill those services. Each of these products or services could help your profile climb in Google rankings if someone types in related words. Number 5, your Google business profile should include a scheduler. Click bookings and then add a link from your favorite scheduling software like Calendly or Acuity. This allows people to grab a time for a phone or Zoom call without having to do the time-consuming back and forth of finding a time that works for both of you. Number 6, your Google business profile needs weekly posts. Arguably, this is the most underutilized feature. Posts allow you to talk about an offer or even just a relevant topic connected to your business. Then you can add a picture and a link back to your website for folks to learn more or click through to buy. Of course, these are great for showcasing new products or events with your business, but they can also be treated like any other social media profile where you're highlighting recent content that you've created. More importantly is that even if nobody ever clicks on your post, Google still factors the content in the post and the words on the website URL that you link to in its search algorithm. Number 7, your Google business profile needs questions and answers. Here, people can ask questions about your business. All these words from the questions people ask and your answers can add to the keyword density of your profile and can help it rank even more. Like reviews, photos, and posts, it also shows that you are actively participating in your profile and interacting with people. Google likes to display responsive businesses because they're generally more helpful. However, you don't have to wait for people to ask questions. You can do this yourself. Oftentimes, this is even better because you can make your questions and answers keyword rich too. To ask and answer questions, click where it says Q&A on your Google business profile and then click Ask a Question. Enter the question and then click Post. Next, go back to your profile under Q&A, scroll down and find your question, and then click Answer and answer the question. If you do all 7 of these profile optimizations, you will climb in the map pack for sure. But having a strong GMB is only 1/3 of your local SEO strategy. Next, you also need to create local content. For example, I created a blog post called Bloomington, Indiana Web Design: 5 things you need to know before you build. This still ranks on the first page of Google for when I used to design websites. This is a long-form piece of content, over 1,500 words, that includes a video about me and answers all the top questions people have around the topic. Now, I already created 2 courses that walk you through how to find your local specific keywords or key phrases and how to create these product or service pages or blog pages step by step. So if you haven't seen those, go back to the earlier courses and check those out. Lastly, in order to be a local SEO hero, you need to sign up for some directories. Directories are like mini specific search engines. There are directories for just about anything. For mental health services, people use Psychology Today. Restaurants can use Yelp or TripAdvisor, and realtors can use Zillow. Here is the rule for whether or not you should apply to have your business listed in a directory. If the directory shows up on the first page of organic search results when you type in related keywords into Google, then you should be on that directory. Most directories have a free and a paid tier, and each directory's onboarding process is a little bit different. Even if you never get a phone call or a customer conversion from that directory, local websites referring to your business are great for the Google algorithm. Also, depending on the directory, you can also get a free follow backlink as well. And for most directories, they're just going to require you to set up a profile, and then you don't have to do much else on your part. One more note about directories. Many people have a local chamber of commerce where they can have their business listed by category. And sometimes they also show up as a directory for first page search results too. Though you may have to pay an annual fee to be listed here, it could be a great boost for your digital presence too. Also, it allows you to make strategic partnerships with other local businesses where you might have complementary services. For example, if I am a plumber, yes, being a part of a chamber of commerce will get my business listed and increase its domain authority. authority, but it will also allow me to network with real estate agents and contractors who might also need my services in the future. You need a solid GMB, local content, listing on directories, and a great website. Together, this gives you the power to outrank your competition. Remember, even if you're an online business, winning your local market is a great way to getting some steady work. Most local businesses are still not savvy about local SEO best practices, even though it is a huge factor in a website's traffic, and foot traffic for that matter. So you definitely have some room to win today. If you want the free and fillable SEO guide and checklist for this and my other courses that cover all the stuff I talked about in this video and more, then click the link in the description box and download it for yourself. If you want to see the next part of this course, click the video here. Go ahead and click that video. I'm waiting. If you don't click that video, I might start singing. No, I'm not gonna start singing, but you should click that video.